Basement to your ears, this is the weekly meeting of the Queen City Improvement Bureau. Each week, the dedicated staff of the Bureau meet to make reports, file recommendations, and survive on water that drips from the boiler pipes into their open mouths as they sleep on beds of increasingly moldering dot matrix printer paper. Maybe one day we'll escape from the subterranean hell that is this sub-basement, but until that day comes, the city's not going to improve itself. So here we stay, improving things. Into our open mouths from the boiler. This meeting is now in session. Maybe one day we'll escape from the subterranean hell that is this sub-basement, but until that day comes, the city is not going to improve itself. So here we stay.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, wow. Pretty good.
So what was going on? There were like two of you there for a minute.
Yeah, you know, we just doubled up.
Did you clone yourself?
I did, yep. Just I made a little cloning machine.
Right? Just so that you wouldn't have to do the intros anymore.
Oh, I was trying to make a Snoke, like Palpatine in Rise of Skywalker.
Right.
Just churning out Snokes on his, like, remote planet. But
what was the whole deal? Like, why would you want a Snoke, let alone the Emperor?
Well, he's got, like, you know, evil force powers. He's all shriveled. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, and you put him in that, like, gold lame kind of house coat he wore in the 8th movie. And, yeah. It'd be great. I'd just be a little mini-me, but really, like, shriveled and, like, like, you know, I'd love it.
Right. And he can do the intros.
That's right. Anyway, it turned out to be me. Apparently I'm Snoke. So.
Oh, you're the Snoke.
I'm an unshriveled Snoke. One day
I
aspire.
that unshriveled, I'm afraid.
Oh, no. Well,
to
good.
break the news to you.
Closer than I thought. That's good.
I guess they must, like, breed shrivel blindness into a Snoke.
That's right. That's right. You never know how shriveled you are when you're a Snoke.
Right.
When you're a Snoke all the way. From your first forced choke to your last dying day. Anyway.
That's very good.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I grew up with the West Side Story being playing in my house.
Nice.
Shall we take attendance?
We should take attendance.
Okay. I'm sure this time I'm not going to forget who you are, so I wrote everything down.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Good.
So
I would hate for this to descend into a bit.
Yeah, no bits.
Okay, good.
It's all here in black and white.
Good.
So you are, I call on to attend a punched eel?
No.
Punched eel.
Not a punched eel.
No?
No.
Not an eel getting punched?
Nope.
Oh, pow. Right
no, I feel like it some days, but I don't think I actually am one.
You know why?
Why?
Feel no more like a punched eel.
Good.
Do not get that eel feel. Because I've mixed up the letters. Hold on. Oh, Paul Deschennes.
That's me.
Okay, so you're here. Second attendee, a random gain.
No,
random
I don't
gain.
even know what that would look like.
Just if you give it up to the gods, maybe you get something, maybe you don't.
Right.
It's gambling.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. So the concept of gambling
the concept
is on the attendance.
Like
for
selling
today.
off most of real to a businessman, for example.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's a gamble. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm uncomfortable with the concept of that randomness. So I'm going to mix the letters up a little. Should be Aidan Morgan.
That's you.
Okay. Cool. So we're here.
Yeah.
We have quorum.
We do not.
But we do have guests.
We do. Multiple.
So first off, we've got Goody Nunn. That sounds wrong. Don Young. Sorry, I mixed up the. I'm dropping the ball.
Keep in mind, he's a Snoke.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
You will.
I'm a boomer, right?
Yeah.
I've only seen one of the Star Wars movies,
and
the first. And that's it.
It's one that matters.
So if Cat Stevens and James Taylor are not involved in the conversation, I'm out.
And we were riffing on like the last Star Wars movie to ever appear in theaters. So I mean, I hardly blame you. But you're lucky. You saw the good one. You didn't see the last one?
I did. I saw all the Rockies as well.
Nice.
So Rockies was like great boomer movies.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
And I actually also saw Deep Throat, which we probably should not get into in this conversation.
Not look any detail for this. One.
Yeah. There's a fabulous documentary on it, by the way.
Wait, did you
just putting that out there?
So I've seen the documentary and the movie. Did you see it in the theater?
I did. In my younger years, I went to New York, back in the late 70s, and I was in the city for about a day when I went and stood in a long line.
Wow.
And went to see it.
Huh.
So, anyway, weird twist in the conversation.
Right. Yes, we are, because we have another guest to introduce. And then I have my Star Wars / Deep Throat factoid. So our second guest is... it can't be right either. Vented Answers?
Close.
A Sweden servant.
So close. You're getting there.
Events Wardens?
Almost.
Andrew Stevens.
There we go.
I knew I'd get it sooner or later. Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Right the fourth time.
Finally.
Yeah. So my Star Wars / Blue movie thing is that I saw Star Wars in 1977, but I was young. I was like 6 years old. But it was playing at the Cove Theatre in Halifax on Gottingen Street, which was known for only playing at the time they called them blue movies. Right. So they probably played Deep Throat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But my parents took me to Star Wars just because.
They didn't mess that up.
No. And they were like, "Here you go. You too can be a Snoke one day, son."
Hey guys, so you guys are representatives from the Cathedral Village Arts Festival. Don Young, you're the executive director. Now, Andrew Stevens, most people would know you as the former councillor for Ward 3, and you are now the garbage man for the festival.
Man. I prefer waste management expert.
Either way, this is a big fall for you. Big drop in prestige.
No, this is peak municipal services. There is no going down from councillors, only up. And managing waste is at the top, all right?
Okay.
And of course, in the basement of City Hall, it's crucial for us to be on top of all this stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Yeah. So how is the festival coming together, guys?
Modestly hopeful.
Okay.
Or cautiously hopeful. So we got, what do we have? We have 4 days.
Yeah, so it's 18th to 23.
To the 23rd. So it starts Monday, parade 11:30, Athol Street, 50 meters south of 13th. Up to 13th, turn left, Elphinstone, turn left, down the hill to the park in Les Sherman.
Right.
Stage is there, and we have 3 unusual guests performing on the stage. Our opening act this year is Jesse Lamont, who is quickly developing a reputation as a fantastic Elvis impersonator.
Oh, nice.
Jesse is great. So Jesse's going to open the festival with a whole lot of love. And after that, it's the Pace Setters, who are a group of Caribbean gentlemen who play the giant woks, which I was calling steel drums, but they're actually called steel pans.
Oh.
So we have the steel pan orchestra. And then after that, it's the hot dogs, right? White guys with
bluegrass.
White guys with banjos playing Appalachian music. So,
nice.
So that'll be the picnic. So it should be pretty good.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels like an early iteration of the Regina Folk Festival from way back when.
Oh, you had Elvis there too?
Yes, we had
or close enough.
Close enough.
No, we definitely had people playing steel pans, and we definitely had a lot of white guys with banjos.
Yeah.
They're coming back, man.
It's
happening.
Yeah, so that's the start, and an elder will be there, Linda Anderson, and the mayor. Fingers crossed, Chad's going to come, and Rob Trukowski, our chair, has been fantastic. This is his last year. So Rob's done, what's he done? 3 years.
This is the third, yeah.
3 years in the driver's seat. And our planning team that Andrew and colleagues, we've got a fantastic planning team of about 20 people. And so my life and job has been much, much easier this year. Because when I showed up, planning team was 6 people.
Unbelievable.
Right. And a couple of those heroes did things like the street fair all by themselves. Right?
How's that possible?
I know.
That's unbelievable.
Well, they were angry.
So much.
They were angry, right?
The whole time.
They yelled at everybody.
That's how they got things done.
Yeah.
Andrew, coming from City Council, how has it been moving into this group of organizers? I mean, they're kind of creating this 6-day city within a city.
Yeah.
How's your experience? Are they better at it than the current council, or do you think, or are you longing to get back into Henry Baker Hall?
No, I do not want to get back into Henry Baker Hall. It's, I think it's a bug that you can't quite shake once you've been there. You're really interested in it. Really want to consume everything city and municipal. I never left. One of the joys of being part of the planning committee is actually seeing all the fruits of the work and the labor that goes into making a community vibrant as it is. I like watching City Hall from afar. It's fascinating. I think it's really nice to know some of them. I think there's some really sharp, capable people there. They're doing good work. It's a tough job, and I'm really appreciative of their time.
Right. And how do you find, how is the group this year that's running the Arts Fest?
Oh, the Arts Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll shift gears. So I came in, I think, as a third wheel. I wanted to be part of a community event. I've been in the neighborhood for over a decade. What an amazing institution the Cathedral Village Arts Festival is. It just seems to work magically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's really fun and anxiety-ridden to see it behind the scenes and how much work goes into it. I really had nothing to contribute and nothing to do, I'd say, for most of my time. And then I think beginning of May, someone said, well, here you go. You're going to handle waste management. We've been joking about this for a while. Mark Lear, who's handled that file for a couple of festivals, gave it to me, and it picks up real fast. And it's a little thing that people probably don't appreciate, but when garbage is overflowing, when there's litter everywhere, when the street's filthy, you notice it. And so I think like municipal service, it's something that we need, and often it goes unappreciated. So I'm just happy to be part of that. But man, I think the city itself should be so fortunate that an amazing group of mostly volunteers are putting as much time into this as they are. And I think what's noteworthy is this is probably one of the most active festivals in Regina, and not a car in sight. It's all pedestrian, so if you have no money in your pocket, you can show up and cruise the street and see some entertainment, and it's because of volunteers that it's possible. What an amazing thing that we have, and I think we should really cherish it. It's great to be part of it.
It's something that I think a lot of cities don't even understand, the fact that this festival is 100% free. Like every single event, every show, you can just walk in and enjoy it, and you never pay a penny.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why the festival has not just survived, but kind of flourished over the past few years. We don't sell tickets, so you don't borrow against anticipated ticket revenue. Right. So you don't have a bank manager calling you saying, you only sold this, and can you put the ticket prices up? And then when COVID and tough times happen, people don't buy tickets, and then you're in a mess because you owe a bank, et cetera, et cetera. So the fact that we're free, volunteer run, and over 6 days, 60-odd acts in 8 venues. To quote my very smart friend at CTV, who said to me last year, "Oh my God, Don, there must be 50,000 people on the street here this year." Yeah. And that's a number we've hung on to. So,
sure or not.
So, the conventional wisdom always was. So it was, 20, 30, 40. Nobody really knew until the reporter said, "Oh my God, look at all these people. It must be 50,000. So I've hung on to that number, and I've used it all in all my fundraising letters.
But it is like from Albert Street to Elphinstone on 13th Avenue, it will be packed with people, and you now have some of the side streets are also full of people. Right. That's a stunning number of people.
Yeah, I'm going to double it, actually. There must be 100,000 people there. Wow.
You heard it here first.
Now you know.
Yeah, the vendors, the number of vendors have gone up. This is my 4th festival. Okay. So even though we put the price of the booths up, so the booths are $200 a spot, local residents $150, nonprofits are $100, school kids it's $50. So there's a tier there, but let's just stick with the $200. So we have vendors coming in from Winnipeg, PA, Kelowna, like half a dozen folks from Saskatoon, food trucks from Moose Jaw are driving in, and it's obviously a sign of the times. The economy's hard, so people are trying to make a few extra bucks. But it's really taken root in the vendor culture, and so come on out.
Yeah, and that's the street fair too. It's like it's curated, right? Like
it is.
It's not like there's a bunch of multi-level marketing schemes being like foisted on you. It's like stuff people actually have made and crafted.
Yeah, our heroes, Casey and Amy, they get flooded with applications starting kind of mid-January, and then once they start curating them, they get flooded with angry vendors who are saying, why are we not in? Yeah. And then the next iteration of those conversations are, well, I don't want that spot. I want that spot. And I'd like to be beside Paul because last year was beside Aiden. And, he was a pain, so I want to be over there and this and that. So Casey and Amy really are. I mean, the street fair brings in about almost half the cash costs of the festival.
Right.
And without Casey and Amy, it would just be a whole different kind of institution.
Yeah. So we're on 91.3 FM CJTR AccessNow Community Radio, and we're here with Don Young and Andrew Stevens from the Cathedral Village Arts Festival. So we talked
a fine couple of Snokes, I say.
The best.
So that's the street fair, but that's on the 23rd. There's like from the 18th to the 22nd. Of the stuff that is in street fair, what are you looking forward to, Andrew?
Well, obviously your show.
Oh, that's
a live broadcast. I'm not just flattering you.
You don't have to say that just so we'll open the doors to let you out.
You would be surprised when I chat with people. What are you looking forward to? Of course, it's the fair, but the show that you folks put on live has become a hit.
Oh wow!
Last year I think I took in more of the entertainment than I had ever in the past. Yeah. And at first you see the street fair. There's some musical entertainment in the evening. It's wonderful, but there's a full week of amazingness. Mm-hmm. And so it really is a reflection of the amazing art scene that we have. There is going to be poetry from professional poets. There are going to be community members who are going to be reading their journal entries from when they were teenagers. Oh, no. That one is going to be cringe and it's going to be hilarious. That one I'm looking forward to. But everything is happening during the week. I think what I've really loved is the all ages musical entertainment that you might see at the Mercury or the Community Center. Yeah. And what's amazing about it is, one, it's free. And second, you will find teenagers and their grandparents in a punk show, loving it, at capacity. I don't know where you're going to see that anywhere in this city at any other moment in time. So for me, I love the music and the poetry and the visual art. I think last year was the year I took almost everything in, and I wouldn't go back and do anything differently.
Yeah, I go to a lot of the festivals over the summer. I go to Winnipeg and Gimli, lovely little Gimli. I go to Gimli. I go up to Edmonton and Calgary, and the tickets are expensive, right? Calgary, it's right downtown on Princess Island, but it's roughly $125 a day for 3 days, right? Winnipeg, it's $400 for the 3 days. And, we're free. So 2 things I'm particularly proud of this year. Jeffrey Straker and Jack Semple are playing on Friday night. Westminster Church, we're doing kind of a choir, where the community comes together. And, choir is now a professional event, but this is obviously our version of that. And the premise of choir is that people like to sing, but they're too shy. So you need somebody like Jeffrey to bring you along. So that'll be Friday night at Westminster. If you want to come and sing Hallelujah and Joni Mitchell and Cat Stevens and James Taylor, come on down. But the big change this year is we formed a partnership with the Sakayawak First Nations Artists Collective. Bill Stevenson, the executive director, has been a fabulous guy, and thank you to their board and thank you to Bill. And I'm hoping this is something we can grow. So this year on the Saturday night, in addition to the iconic big tent, we'll have a second stage, the Sakayawak stage, that will have some fabulous Indigenous musicians there.
Right.
So, to be honest, I think it's the, quote, the right thing for festivals like ours to do, and it'll be terrific entertainment, and it'll bring a real different sort of tone to the festival. So Saturday night, Sakewak Stage, Holy Rosary Park. Be there.
I should, mild spoiler for our show, there will be a sing-along component.
For our show too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing our own.
We're
doing our own choir.
Is Paul going to sing? Paul's going to sing.
We're all going to.
That's going to kill the audience, right?
Yep. And it's mandatory. So
yeah,
good to know in advance.
In fact, you might be shamed out of the building if you don't participate. Yeah. So and so you've also you've expanded into like a larger drama component on the Monday night, I understand.
Yeah, we have. We try and do so much that every year there's always something that falls off the table. Yeah. And we felt that last year we didn't have enough theater. Yeah. So so David Loblaw, the legendary David Loblaw,
friend of the show, frequent guest,
is curating. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. It's sort of like if you have an idea and you have like a start of a script or the start of a play or something, and you want to come up on a stage for 5, 6, 7 minutes, do it live in front of an audience. Come and see what David has curated. So that's Monday night at the Artesian. I think David's got 9 different performers. Yeah. Trish Elliott's coming in. She's doing this thing called is it
Greendale, Saskatchewan.
Yeah. That's a Neil Young rock opera.
Yes.
Is it something like that?
Oh.
Yeah,
she's doing a kind of a short theatrical version of a Neil Young rock opera.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's going to look like, but it sounds really cool.
And she apparently has, official go-ahead from Neil Young's people to, turn this into a full-blown performance here in Saskatchewan and Regina. And this will be, a preview of this musical that she's putting together with community members.
Yeah, so 9, and so I guess it'll just be obviously an excerpt, but, I think 8 or 9 different of these small little kind of workshop-y sort of cultural events on the stage. So that'd be cool. And it's free. It's free. And the bar is open down in the basement. Even better.
To help you get through the drama.
Right.
Yeah. And this is year 2 for the Leeson Lecture.
Correct. Do you know what we're doing this year, Andrew?
Yes.
Sorry, it's not
this
you.
Is a test.
It's not you this year.
I'm just a garbage handler here. I believe we have now the outgoing conductor of the RSO.
Right, the maestro, Gordon Gerard. Right. So last year we had the former premier, Lauren Calvert, came on to talk about citizenship in the time of Trump and stuff like that. We have it up at the YW. Just on Ritalik, just north of Vic, 7 o'clock on there's Thursday night. Yeah. On the Thursday night, 7 o'clock Thursday night. So this year, Gord Gerard, who's now living in Edmonton, he's actually flying back to do this, and he's going to come and talk about. I mean, it's a different sort of cohort in the arts, but the value of the Philharmonic and that in the sense of building community. So I've never met Gordon. He's supposed to be a great talker and a sort of a quote big personality. So that'll be a fun night too. So and that's Thursday up at the Y.
The first annual Leeson Lecture was at capacity.
It was.
And if folks haven't been there, the Y is a spectacular venue for it. It was full. There were people on the balcony. So I think the second one's going to be well attended, but what a great addition you've made to it. I think it's really good.
Thanks. Yeah, it's named after Howard Leeson, the esteemed prof, and Alan Blakeney's. And I won't get into my micro obsession with the notwithstanding clause and how Leeson's, quote, saved Canada by bringing the Charter of Rights and et cetera, et cetera. But that's why we're doing it. And, we thought that Regina needed like a discussion or a blue chip sort of event like the Leeson Lecture. So this year it'll be Gordon.
Yeah,
nice.
It's going to be great.
And so do you think you're going to have to clean up after all of this, Andrew? Do you have enough people to do this?
I have to say no, because if I said yes, then we wouldn't get any more volunteers. But we have, so far, I think, a really solid group of community volunteers who have signed up for a variety of shifts throughout the week. If folks are listening, we could always use more hands on the 23rd, which is the main day of the street fair. It's worth mentioning that the Downtown Regina Clean Team will be part of the crew helping out on the Saturday. So I think a big shout out to Lisa Gibbons, Nelson, and others who are part of that team. They do an exceptional work. But yes, we could always use more volunteers. What we're trying to do is coordinate them and keep them busy throughout the day. I don't think that'll be difficult, but always room for more volunteers.
Yeah. And how would someone volunteer if they wanted to?
Well, actually, if you go to the website, I think it's cvaf.ca. It's a beautiful website, easy to navigate. I think there's a button there that will ask you to click to volunteer, an easy form. So, if that's too much, you can just send anybody at the CCAV an email, but it's very easy to be part of this festival.
Yeah. And I've volunteered for many, many years now, and it's one of the most enjoyable, I think it is the most enjoyable sort of period of volunteering that I do in a year. And that 23rd is just a hoot, and it's great because you really feel part of the community when you're doing that, right? You get your vest and your lanyard, and now you're like,
get a lanyard?
You get a lanyard.
A lanyard and a T-shirt.
Okay.
If you do 2 shifts, and the secret festival, which is the one that spills over onto the 24th at Pump Jacks. If you're a volunteer, you get a special access to the volunteer party. So there's lots to come with the volunteer experience.
After party, Pump Jacks, midnight to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
Saturday night into Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then right back to the streets to help pick up garbage. It's great.
Hungover, but happy.
Well, in previous years, the waste management people would just dump all the garbage through the window into the basement here. So
that's sensible. That makes sense.
So we actually have been using it for building materials, heating.
Yeah.
That
explains the stack of plastic cups in the corner.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're planning to burn those when it gets cold again.
Excellent. Waste energy.
Which apparently could be Monday. Anyways, we should go to Innovative Revenue Tools.
All right, here.
So I will do that right now. And we're back from Innovative Revenue Tools. We're the Queen City Improvement Bureau, and we're here with Andrew Stevens and Dawn Young from the Cathedral Village Arts Festival. So guys, you probably, because you're tuned into your community, you've been paying attention, and so do you have any thoughts? One of the things we've been talking about a lot lately is, I know that Cathedral is sort of the heart of sort of the entertainment, the entertainment heart of Regina, but we're going to get a second heart. Like a Time Lord. We're going to get a second entertainment heart in Regina at the Real District, because we've just sold a big chunk of it to Brandt. I was just wondering if you guys had any hot takes. Are you worried about what this could spell for the CVAF?
You want to go?
Well, I reached out to them looking for sponsorship.
Oh, yeah?
They did not reply to me.
Uh-oh.
So they're obviously worried.
Oh, what you could do to them?
They're totally. Yeah. The Semple gang and Brandt, they're obviously worried.
No, they donated a Semple for the event.
They did, yeah. The good one.
The cool Semple, yeah.
No, listen, I'll be honest. I've only been in Regina 3 years, and I'm kind of confused about the whole Real District. I'm a Stampeder fan, so I go to 2 football games a year when the Stamps are here. So I'm not a consumer, and I go to Agribition once a year, and that's my total relationship with that whole district.
I think you would not be. I think that would be the experience of a lot of people in the city. They go to Agribition, or maybe every so often they'll take their kids to hockey practice or
I go to a few Pats games occasionally because I like hockey, but it needs to be, quote, reinvented somehow and made relevant to the ordinary mom and dad in the city, and I don't see any of that.
Right.
You know, to be honest, all I know is the whole show me this and all the kind of the bad stuff that floats around the whole Real District.
Yeah.
And so I really wish them well, and I hope they make it relevant, because I've got two, little grandkids here, and I want them to grow up in Regina and not move to Winnipeg or Vancouver or wherever. And just to quickly get to city council stuff, I think city council should be giving more money in their cultural grants instead of less. I mean, like Denny Samard, I was at city council when Denny was speaking, and he kind of yelled at the city manager and the councillors, saying, like, what's the matter with you guys? You should be doubling and tripling the money you give to cultural groups, not this threat of cutting it. So, sorry.
Yeah, he's a director of the Al Ritchie.
Yeah, Al Ritchie. And
just a really powerful force in the community association community.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, fluently bilingual. You would never know that.
Right.
And he's like a super smart guy, and he's very strong. And he was right. Yeah. City council should be like helping us build the festival. I'm like a, quote, part-time employee, and that's fine. I do it for all, the reasons that we all understand. But even though I'm here in the basement of City Hall with you guys, it would be great if I had an escape valve. Like, I'd like to go to Mexico for a couple of weeks in the winter every once in a while as well, instead of, writing these slightly sad letters asking for financing for the Semple family, who don't even reply.
Oh, that's sad. I guess, and also, I figured we have a former city councillor, though, here, so I kind of had to fish for your hot take. And you were on the Catalyst Committee, too, so you've seen the inner machinations of the whole Real District and how that was going a few years ago.
I wouldn't... You shouldn't be surprised by this for a variety of reasons. One, there had already been some mumblings about carving up the Real District. Not in this format, but should we have the typical recreation facilities like the Cooperator Center carved out and just brought back into the city, and then Real would just manage what would be like the spaces where Agribition and the Pats play and so on. So, carving it up was something that had already been talked about. It hasn't been doing well. No surprises there. The money wasn't coming in for events. There were no bums and seats. I'm not convinced that changing ownership is going to do anything other than the fact that it seems that the Semples, while they're not willing to pay for existing services and rec facilities and cultural programs, like the emperors of old, they love to indulge in themselves, and they will bankroll out of their own pockets. The Boomer Band that's going to come and play in the House of Blues, maybe as a house band of some kind.
Right, entertain the Don Youngs of Regina.
Yes, and no slight to the bands. I'm a Go Trooper, but I think they're going to be focusing on a particular demographic and sets of interest, and I think Semple is going to be writing some pretty fat checks to make that happen. I'm not sure it's going to change the contours of our entertainment world in Regina in any capacity. I think there's a lot of public money that's going to go into it. But now they are on the hook for a lot of the entertainment as well as the taxpayer. So I think now there's a split. We'll see how it goes.
So what would I take my little 6-year-old granddaughter Hera to see at the Real District?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know what their vision is. I think one of the biggest problems with the whole conversation is it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. At best, I think it's going to achieve what the Real 2.0 vision had established, which was, let's just make this an active space. I think right now it's going to be whatever the Semple family or Brandt wants as entertainment. So if you want to know what your kids are going to want to listen to, you might want to write to the Brandt Corporation and ask them what kind of bands they're going to bankroll to be in the House of Blues. I hope it succeeds, but I don't think this is the entertainment for everybody, and it's certainly not going to be the caliber.
So it's primarily going to be a music venue of some sort.
Yeah. House of Blues, and then the fresh coat of paint on the Brandt Center and some new billboards. But I think it's up in the air on what's going to look like.
Well, don't bring Rafi back, because I went to Rafi's. Well, it's $80 a ticket.
Oh, wow, really?
And like a moron, I bought the extra Let's Go Backstage. But the thing I learned about children's musicians is they only have 3 or 4 hits. And this main Florida Connect Center was jammed with kids going, "Baby Beluga, Baby Beluga."
Yeah.
After Raffi had played those, he goes, "Well, now here's something new we've been working on." And all the kids were like, "Let me go, let me get out of here."
Play the classics, yeah.
So you can only, the
yeah.
kids don't want to hear all the new stuff. They just want to hear Banana Phone and Baby Beluga.
And who can blame them? The classics.
It cost me $200.
So you paid $200 to hear like Raffi sing about like a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, and
man,
Hera was
not
so like anxious to go after the two songs. We didn't even stay for the after party. So the selfie with Raffi never got taken.
Oh, that's sad.
VIP dollars down the drain.
Yeah.
Oh man, I paid for those. I remember that.
So that's good. I didn't really understand that it was sort of a like a music venue.
That's what they're
vision.
planning to put in.
Hockey, football, McDonald's, and music.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So do you think it would be, do you think it would compete like or attract the same level of talent as, say, the Casino Regina Show Lounge, or would that be, is that the sort of thing we're aiming for, or maybe a little?
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Although I've heard, I didn't know this, but like one of the things that you have with this whole Brandt deal is that the Semples will have like lots of money to throw into this new facility and to like buy acts. But apparently, for some reason, the casino has a lot of money, an endless supply of it. Apparently,
where do they get all this money from?
I don't know. To throw into booking acts and keeping their place cool.
Yep. Well, I mean, maybe Regina will discover a renewed appetite for live acts that can support real and
one of the things they have in Ottawa. I lived in Ottawa for years. One of the things they have in the city, cold, lots of snow, sort of similar climate, et cetera, et cetera. Downtown, they have the experimental farm right in the heart of the city, which is a great place to take your kids on a Sunday afternoon because there are, chickens and goats and puppies, and kids can go and actually touch them and learn about them.
Yeah.
Mr. Semple, the experimental farm, like do something like that.
Time for a petting zoo.
Something that's good for little kids and families.
They also Ottawa has some like really great like show lounges, like venues to go like see music right in the heart of downtown, which is something that we have O'Hanlon's, but we don't have more. We need more O'Hanlon's in our downtown. That's what we need.
Yeah. Ottawa also has the Children's Museum, which is fantastic downtown because it's all meant for kind of the 4 to 12-year-olds and all sorts of things. Learn about Canadian history and et cetera, but through gamification and playing with stuff.
Yeah.
We have the RSM.
So I got lots of ideas for the Semples if they want to hire me after the festival.
I think that's a good fit for you. Plus, I mean, you're a self-professed boomer. You can get in on the pickleball. So, I believe at 60, at the age of 60, you issued one here in Regina. So you should look into that.
Yeah, shoot me if you see me on a pickleball court. Even the name. Like, who thought pickle would be a marketing name?
I find it baffling.
Was it old, wrinkled, and salty?
Yeah. They should call it Snokeball.
Well, these courts are packed. Yeah, they're busy everywhere in town. Yeah, don't knock it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what Snoke is. Maybe he's a pickle.
He's a pickle.
He's like a
pickleball.
Pickle Jedi.
Yeah.
Star Wars number 6.
That's right. Pickle Jedi.
Revenge of the Pickles.
Nice. So we're on 91.3 FM, CJTR AccessNow Community Radio. We're the Queen City Improvement Bureau, and we're talking with Don Young and Andrew Stevens from the Cathedral Village Arts Festival. Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to ambush you guys with, there's been a bit of a controversy in the arts world this week. Apparently there was some racy dancing.
Oh boy!
In a Globe show.
Yeah, racy drag dancing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And some teachers of some high school students were all like, gasp.
Girls were clutch.
Yeah, and they raced out of the Globe and have like caused a fuss. The Arts Fest, are you guys worried that you're going to cause a fuss? Are you like, you should like hand out pearls as people come in?
Yeah. My dream would be for Just Bins to show up and have an issue and instigate the community of haters to clutch their pearls because there was something so controversial with such a deep message that it was cause them to upload a video and promote it for us.
Yeah.
So, there's lots of racy things, but we can't tell you about them here.
Yeah, you're going to have to
show up.
Everything.
Yeah.
You have to come to the shows, and you never know what's going to happen on those stages.
Yeah.
Lots of polls.
So many polls.
So many polls.
We have a tent. That's what it's made of.
It's
Wow.
nothing but pole dance.
Yeah.
However,
A house of polls.
semicolon, as the person sitting on the other end of the incoming emails, we have been aware of the events. There's that ethical line between artists reflecting the world as they see fit, which I think we all agree, and they obviously have the right to do that, and they should do that, versus community values and respect for people who are not of that persuasion. So we have been careful. I'm aware of all the stuff on our stages. I keep my opinions to myself. However, if I see anything that I think is problematic, I will then raise my hand.
Right. Say, stop that right now.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I would say, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I would have a private conversation with the writer or the artist and then sort of see where that conversation went.
Yeah.
So it is important.
I think though, like the Globe's response to this, and they talked about how they went above and beyond, I thought, to let the schools know what they were getting into, what the content of it was, and if the teacher who was bringing the classroom, or if the schools themselves were somehow failed to read the whole text and didn't really understand what they were getting into. I don't think it's on the Globe or the artists or anybody except the sort of like pedunk moralizing of the people who got offended by something, which, I've seen the clip, and I've seen Bugs Bunny cartoons that had racier drag stuff going on in it. And I've seen dancing on the streets in the summer that would, I
went to the show and it was good. There was kookiness to it. It was deliberately over the top.
Yeah.
But I think the playwright himself put it best in a CBC interview when it came to the teachers and the classes that attended. And his message was pretty clear to the educators, is you're bringing young people to this event. Shouldn't you know what's in it? Should you have not read the play and understood what was going on? So I think there's a bit of responsibility there. But there's also a shift in the story. It went from a 9-year-old was exposed to something which never happened, and then it was a 17-year-old, and then I'm sure it's going to be a fetus was somehow exposed to a drag queen who did a great performance up there. So this is meant to rage farm. And there was a story. It was powerful, and it was delivered in a really spectacular, sensational, and controversial way.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine walking out on it. When I talked to my teenagers, it would have been more cringy for them than it would have been exhausting and worth walking out. They thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah. The Globe seems to be knocking it out too, as their current slate of things that they're showing. So that's cool. They seem to be hitting with stuff that is relevant and people are enjoying, which is nice after it being absent for so long.
Yeah, I think it's a much-needed investment in a downtown. The facility's beautiful. I think it's really what we wanted the Globe to be after its renovation. So I think we should be really happy that we have that institution and that theater in the round in our city.
Yeah. So I'm actually kind of disappointed that you couldn't tip us off for what is going to be the big scandal-inducing thing at the festival.
Might be our show.
Might be your show.
We could try.
Yeah.
You
should do it in
full
drag.
artistic liberties. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, maybe.
Well, on the Sakewalk stage on the Saturday night, the headliner is a fellow called Dreezus.
Oh, yeah.
He's a mega hip-hop star in the Indigenous community whose big hit right now is Warpath. So that doesn't, that doesn't...
That could be cool.
That
sounds reasonably provocative to my boomer sensibility. And so, although I have to say, I did not book him. It was Bill Stevenson from Sakewak who booked Jesus.
Don't email you.
Yeah, throw Bill under the bus.
There's going to be a bunch of boomers like chasing him like with pickleball rackets.
Yeah, so
I feel just a pause for a second. I feel like boomers are getting a bad rap today and the show.
Well, you're Gen X though, right?
I'm an elder millennial, apparently,
Yep.
which I don't. But you know,
Gen X over
I
Gen
think I think what's really amazing about the festival is that all ages take part in shows you'd not normally imagine. You know, folks in their 70s and 80s going to alongside teenagers who are seeing a band that you've never heard of. So I think that's what's really magical about the festival.
You realize I'm in my 70s. You realize that?
And now I do.
So,
Yeah. Well, you do not look in your 70s, so take that as a compliment.
Thanks. So,
Yeah, you also have the young performer stage where like people who, kids who may have never been on a stage before can sign up to like dance, sing, play music. Yeah, and it's like...
You know, the Funville on the Saturday that Sarah Trukowski and Ada and Stella and some of the other volunteers have run is a good addition to the festival. And in fact, it's something that I'd like to see grow next year. Yeah. You know, right now we have this young performer showcase sort of on the Funville stage, right? But maybe next year, and it'll be up to the organizers, to Sarah and her team to decide, but maybe we could bring Funville onto the main stage. And we're always looking for a theme for the festival. So our theme this year is a story worth telling. And because we're in the sanctity of the basement of City Hall, I found the theme. A friend of mine is in the Australian Navy. Oh. And that's the recruiting slogan for the Australian Navy.
Nice.
Come join us, mate. We're a story worth telling.
That's really interesting.
And it's good. Yeah. So
wait till their lawyer gets a hold of us. Yeah. There's the scandal. Everyone heard
it
in your
we find out this is just a stealth recruiting tool for the Australian
Navy.
Yeah.
But you know, it totally works for our festival because we are a story worth telling. So next year we'll be looking for a theme, and you know, maybe we can do something with young performers. And you know, the future is now kind of vibe and something like that. So so that's the Saturday.
And if people want to sign up, if you're like a young person listening, on the Monday rebroadcast where you're stuck in your parents' car on the way home from school and you want to like get on stage, break away from listening to this garbage.
Yes. Yep.
So get on the stage. You can just go through the Arts Fest.
Or send us just a note sort of to office at cvaf.ca. And I'll make sure it gets to the right people.
The other thing that's happening on that day, around the time of the Young Performers Showcase, there's also like it closes with an ice cream eating contest.
Yes.
No, that's at 11 a.m.
11 a.m.?
11 a.m.
Before lunch.
Right.
Ice cream.
Before lunch.
That's the best time to have it.
And last year, so the ice cream eating contest, kids get to use spoons. Parents have to put their face in the bowl. Right? Very fun. Lots of fun. Makes great selfies, et cetera, et cetera.
I'll definitely go. I'm very lactose intolerant.
Oh, it would be great. There you go.
It'll be
it's
great,
sponsored
great
by Sask Milk. Shout out to the sponsors.
The porta potties are right around the corner, so you're in good hands with Waste Management.
But right before that, at 10:30 in the morning,
that's right.
What's going to be?
Well, you know, it's the well-muscled cathedral volunteer tug of war against the
mayor and the city council.
The mayor's in good shape. Like Chad looks like he would go a few rounds, right?
Yeah.
But the rest of the city council, you know, has had too many cheeseburgers.
I don't know, man. I think I'm going to bribe Dave Fro to join our side.
Oh no, that's true. Fro's in good shape.
And Victoria Flores is going to be there as well. Also,
we're going to get letters.
Very athletic.
Actually, she has a mean streak.
She's
such a lovely human, Victoria.
But you don't want to compete in tug of war against her?
She doesn't want to, you know, if you're on the other side of the rope from Victoria, watch out.
Do you think Clark Bezo has the KPIs to be?
This will be the test of that. What's the rate of return on the force?
Yeah. So anyway, that'll be fun. Tug of war contest, city council versus citizens.
All the other schmucks.
And I'll be...
Are we dressing up?
Yeah, and for the second year in a row, I will be dressing up as a cow.
Okay, beautiful.
But I'm going to be representing the cows of Agribition, protesting the sale of the Real District to Brandt.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
They need a voice.
Yeah, Sask Milk, they do a good job. They give us a little bit of cash. They give us a lot of ice cream. And their volunteers have these full-body cow outfits.
Yeah.
Right, that Paul and some of your colleagues.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they're wandering around the basement halls where we are now. So,
Yeah.
That's right.
yeah, it's good. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And the weather doesn't look too bad for the street fair day, right?
Yeah.
It looks changeable for the parade on Monday, but it seems to me when the parade is bad, it clears up during the week. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday is going to be awesome next week.
And last year, the parade was miserable. It was damp and cold,
Right.
and the picnic. I don't know that it lasted all the way through,
No.
but people had a really good time.
Well, we had great music last year. We had Belle playing. Oh,
Yeah.
Belle, she sold out Dark Hall a few months ago, right?
right.
Oh, yeah.
So she was on the picnic stage, for 50 people sitting in the drizzle. And Merv Gotti, I actually, even though I'm a boomer, I've got Merv on my playlist. Merv's fantastic. So he was on the stage as well as the Northern Lights sort of the bluegrass banjo guys.
You guys
there,
like
right?
those white men with banjos?
That was fantastic.
Is there any other kind?
Yeah.
So this year we've dialed the picnic stage back a bit just in case the weather was not great.
Right.
And
We should prank that band and replace their banjos with pickleball rackets.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I just latched onto this thing and I'm not letting go.
Yeah.
Honestly. I should stop pickleball.
They'd probably know what to do with it. They're white.
Just instinctively. Wow, how do I know the rules of the game? It comes to me.
Just like they could drive a F-150, they could also they'd know how to use a pickleball racket.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is there anything else that people should know about the festival now? In preparation for Monday when it starts?
no, I cut us a bit of slack.
Okay.
Yeah, if the team, like Andrew, are volunteers and they have families and kids and dogs and jobs and lives, and they work super hard over the winter. So, cut us a little bit of slack if I make mistakes.
Yeah.
Don't think we made too many though. Got a couple of the little times mixed up.
Somebody
events.
porked up some of the times in that guide.
Yeah,
Whoever
wrote that guide.
We will find them.
Yeah, but come on out. So, Artesian Monday night, all these cool things. Ribbon skirt crafting session at the Y on the Tuesday night. Massive hit last year. Yeah. So if you want to learn about the history and learn how to make ribbon skirts, come out, 7:00 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Paul at Aiden and Stella and special guest
Ron Luce.
Hey, yes.
Going to be at the podcast Wednesday night at the Artesian. Kind of garage bands, new music bands Thursday. Our French night on Thursday at the Artesian. Right, Etienne Fletcher's got some killer French bands coming in. Leeson lecture Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday the beer tent's open actually this year on Wednesday, a day early. So
and Rebellion will be providing the refreshments for that. So that's really show up. You could basically book that week off.
Yeah,
all of your evenings could be spent in the community, and you'll be exposed to different forms of artistic expression you'd never see anywhere else, all at one place. Bring your walking shoes for the Saturday. And if you have a few extra bucks in your pocket, this festival is free, but it costs money. There's a lot of labor of love, but if you go to the website, cvaf.ca, there's an opportunity to donate there, but there'll also be dedicated volunteers throughout the festival. Every event you go to, we'll be asking for a bit of spare change, but if you have a bit more, we can always use the help. But come prepared to have a good time and maybe learn things you never knew before, get exposed to forms of art you weren't familiar with.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. All right, so that is the Cathedral Village Arts Festival, May 18th to 23. Come on out, have a good time, and you still have time to volunteer at cvaf.ca. And yeah, thanks a lot, guys. We're pretty much out of time here, though, I'm afraid.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah. One last thing. I am not the drummer.
You're not the drummer?
Right. There is the other Don Young here in town.
Oh,
legendary
right.
drummer,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And he's a lovely man, but that is not me, because I'm still getting calls from people saying, what the heck are you doing?
Or trying to book you for their band.
That'd be awkward if you showed up. You're like, where's my money? And this is what I'm going to do.
All right. So we should probably...
Should I move to adjourn?
I would second that motion.
All right.
Do you want to hit the
Motion is
music?
passed. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Hold on. What? Oh, I can't believe you hit me with this one.
I've ambushed everybody with something.
I'm used to people voting against adjournment. This is
No,
very smooth.
we
Great.
are adjourning. Motion is passed.
Is that James Taylor you have here?
I wish. I've got like your smiling face going through my head. Thank you so much. Anyway, motion is passed. Meeting is adjourned. You've been listening to the Queen City Improvement Bureau on 91.3 FM. Access Now, community radio, tuned into your community. Our hosts are Paul Shannon, Aidan Morgan, music by Guidewire, a.k.a. Ryan Hill. Hopefully you can hear it right now. Hopefully. Our guests today we're Don Young and Andrew Stevens, both friends of the show. And come out next week to the Arts Festival. It'll be a great time. We're broadcasting live Thursday evenings, 7 to 8 p.m., and rebroadcast Monday afternoons, 3 to 4 p.m. So if you're hearing us then, as Paul said, come on out to the festival. You can find us on our website, queencityib.com. That's Improvement Bureau, not Irritable Bowel. Stop emailing us. And yeah, that's it. Until next time, throw me a bone.